got a washer and dryer combo here. It does two things. It washes and dries the clothes at the same time. So the customer is complaining that it's not heating, so let's go ahead and inspect it. So the way this unit works is that the drum is spinning while the hot air is coming from the top portion of the unit, and everything inside the drum gets very hot and dries as it goes. Also, customers complain that the door is wobbly, so we'll inspect that as well and make sure the door closes properly. And we're gonna stick to the golden rule of testing the unit first, so let's go ahead and connect the water connection and the drain connection and test the unit. Perfect! Now we're ready to test. Let's give it power and put it on the heating cycle and let it run for a couple minutes and see if there's any heat coming into the drum. So the unit ran for a couple minutes, so we're good to go to stop the unit and test the drum. So just shut it off, wait for the door to unlock first. Perfect, let's go check. And it's cold inside of the drum assembly, so there's definitely an issue with the heating part of it. So the unit spins and does all the functions, but there's no heat. So let's go ahead and grab all the tools we'll need: a construction knife, pair of pliers, a flat screwdriver, a 90-degree extension bit, a multimeter, and a drill. Unplug the power and let's go ahead and take the top cover off. Just like in the most machines, unscrew the two screws in the back so we can remove the top cover off. Remove the top cover, and here we have the whole heating assembly exposed. So the way it works, there is a heater that runs all along the way of the drum like so, and there is a fan here. It pushes the hot air around and makes sure that the drum is heating. So let's go ahead and take it apart. First, let's remove the support frame out of its way so we can work on the heating assembly. Let's go ahead and unscrew all the screws holding the top part together, as well as remove all the wires out of its way. So there is a screw that you won't be able to reach without 90 degrees extension. And this is the trick, just remove it like so. And it's out! Remove the remaining screws using magnet or clippers to cut off all the zip ties and the old connectors so we can separate the top cover off. Perfect! It's separated. So we've tested the thermostat for the arm resistance, as well as we tested the heating element for the continuity. It's working fine. Now we're gonna test the fan that pushes the hot air into the drum and make sure that it can spin freely and doesn't have any resistance. So the fan spins and it pushes the hot air through this channel into the drum. So let's make sure the fan can spin freely. There is definitely resistance on that fan, so there could be something stuck behind it. Let's take it apart. So in order to remove this rusty nut, we're gonna have to use our favorite guy, WD-40, and make it soak in that grease for some time. Perfect. While it rests, let's go ahead and clean the rest. So I'll need a Phillips extension. Let's go ahead and remove the heating plate. So just remove those two screws that hold that plate back in. And once it's removed, you will be able to access all the dirt in the back of it. As you can see, there's some gross buildup here which we'll clean, but first let's remove our blower wheel and clean behind. So let's go ahead and grab the 10mm socket so it fits on top of the blower wheel, and let's go ahead and try to unscrew the nut. As you can see, while I'm trying to unscrew it, it spins with it, so just grab a flat screwdriver, jam it into the motor blower wheel, and unscrew the screw. And WD-40 really saved our life and made our job much easier. Now it comes out no problem, and we can remove the blower wheel. So the trick here is to create even pressure behind the blower wheel. So just use the string like so and create a proper pressure. Pull it out and the blower wheel will come out just like so. And I already can see that there is some metal bits from the fan that was resisting its weight, so we're gonna clean it up and try to remove it. So I'm not sure where those metal particles came from, but I removed all of them, as well as I cleaned the whole assembly chamber, so now we can put it back together and test the unit. Let's go ahead and put the blower wheel back on and put the screw nut on it so it doesn't fly while it's working. Secure it with the wrench, like so. So now all we have to do is do the reverse steps and put everything back together the way it was. So just line up the top piece with the screws to hold the top assembly back in. Put the remaining screws all around, secure the panel. Put all the wires back in so the motor can start living again. Don't forget to connect the heating element as well. So previously we destroyed the plastic bracket, so let's create a new one using zip ties. And let's use zip ties to connect the gasket to the heating assembly so it will never come off. Snap off all the remaining of zip ties. Now all we have to do is put the support bracket back on. Put the top cover back on, just line it up properly and slide it into its original place. Don't forget the last two screws in the back. Now let's test the unit once again. Don't forget this is washer and dryer combo in one, so we will connect the water and drain just in case. And before we set it on the dry cycle, I just forgot that the customer was complaining that the door is wobbly. So let's go ahead and make sure it sits tight. So all we have to do is make sure those hinges are sitting as tight as possible on the body of the unit. Perfect. Let's go ahead and run it for a couple minutes and make sure that it's heating now. Alright, let's stop it. Open the door. And it's very hot inside. It's good to go and it's fixed. If you're still experiencing any other issues with your appliance, don't hesitate and call us at 1-866-244-6051. Please subscribe to our channel, and if you could leave a like, comment, as well as share the video, we would greatly appreciate it. Stay in touch for more videos and let us know if you want something specific.